According to the British historian Keith Thomas, a witch is someone who mysteriously injures another through means of magic, spellcasting, fortune-telling, divination, dream interpretation, weather manipulation, or herb medicine. Between 1662 and 1700, almost 100 people were tried for witchcraft in Russia, with some cases referred to the higher authority in Moscow. No children took part, either as principals or witnesses. Neither the accused nor accusers came from a common socio-economic background, but more than half the accused were peasants. The accused were convicted for 6 reasons: taking a life, injuring someone or something, causing strange illness, lacking reason, imposing impotence, and causing crop failure. The two major differences between witchcraft trials in Russia and those in the West consisted of the fact that more men than women were tried in Russia and that there was no pact with the devil. Sometimes the fate of the accused would be determined by a cruel test called ordeal by water. The accused was thrown into a well of water, and drowning represented innocence, while surviving meant rejection by the water or guilt. If found guilty, burning at the stake and exile were common punishments. In other cases, those accused of witchcraft would be beaten and exiled. When the first Tsar of Russia, Ivan IV, asked the church council about the punishment for those who practiced black magic, the council thought the death penalty was appropriate because the church needed to discourage people from believing in witchcraft and sorcery. Witchcraft was no longer a religious offense after it became a criminal offense when the Tsar gave the civil courts jurisdiction over this matter. This helped create conditions for the witchcraft trials of the 17th century. A fear of witchcraft and paranoia spread through the country during the Tsar's reign. If the Tsar or his family got ill, it was blamed on witchcraft. The most celebrated case of witchcraft happened in 1689. Andrei Bezobrazov, a nobleman, was found guilty for using the black arts to convince the Tsar not to send an aging soldier to a dangerous post. Bezobrazov was accused of putting the Tsar's life at risk through black magic and was therefore issued a death statement. Any other individuals who were directly or indirectly involved were also exiled to Siberia. Prior to the start of the trials, witches in Russia were already being persecuted. However, by the 17th century, Ivan IV's state policy of oprichnina, which included secret police, mass oppression, public executions, and confiscation of land, brought about great unrest in Russia. This caused the Time of Troubles, which was a political crisis with numerous invasions, uprisings, and food shortages. Some have argued that the fear of witchcraft has coincided with periods of social stress associated with natural calamities such as drought, famine, and plague. This, along with the fact that it was an accepted belief that some individuals had the ability to control forces in nature, was the start of witchcraft in Russia. On the other hand, paganism and Christianity were the two dominating aspects of religion that coexisted in Russia for centuries, giving rise to the idea of deism, or belief in two opposing gods. This ambivalence led to reducing the fear of witchcraft among the people and making officials less likely to prosecute. This explains why witchcraft trials in Russia were far smaller and less cruel as compared to those in the West.